Hi, I'm Becky Moeller. I'm an embodied mindfulness teacher, and I specialize in mindfulness as a healing pathway for the disillusioned. In case you haven't seen it yet, we have got an upcoming free training that I hope you'll check out. It's called Sane Spirituality, a mindfulness based, trauma informed approach to reclaim your deepest self. We put this free training together because we know that when we experience disillusionment or a betrayal, and we become aware of the ways we've maybe been manipulated or used, oftentimes it creates a huge block to anything that sounds remotely like spirituality. Our guns come up as protectors and we get really skeptical. And there's a place for that. But there's also this reality that who we are as a human being is this holistic entity that's mind, body, and spirit. And if we try to cut off the entire spiritual dimension of who we are, we suffer. So even in the face of disillusionment or betrayal, it's so important to figure out a way to stay connected to that higher self that's inside of us, to not lose sight of the fact that we are always inextricably connected and supported by something greater than ourselves, even if it's the very ground that we're standing on. Sane Spirituality is a webinar that will give you an embodied experience that will help you reframe spirituality from something that feels maybe dangerous or out there or outside of yourself, or that's been used as a weapon of control or manipulation, and help you claim the inner authority of your own spiritual path. This is a training that's for you if you have a deep thirst for more, if you have the savvy to see what's not adding up in your life, in your relationships, in the systems you're a part of. And when you're in that spot, you may not have a way forward. And it might feel terrifying to even think about admitting out loud that there are places where you're no longer on board with the way it is. How would that change your relationships, your safety, your belonging? We want to show you the clearest path forward to transform personal traumas into launch pads for a bigger, more daring and expansive life, no matter how big the challenge or how deep the pit of despair or how skeptical and guarded you may feel about spirituality. Once you discover this framework, you can go from white knuckling your way through your days to avoid rage explosions, emotional breakdowns, anxiety spirals, or churning resentments, to hear there's something about you that feels so deep and steady. What do you have that I don't have? Sane Spirituality, a mindfulness based, trauma informed approach to reclaim your deepest self. We're going to show you 3 concrete tools to nurture a foundation you can trust within your own mind, body, and spirit. We're also going to show you how this inner authority can help you gain more influence for good in your family, work, and communities, even if you've struggled with feelings of self-confidence or emotional clarity in the past. We're even going to share our opinion on how the global shift in consciousness is already impacting this generation and the next generation, and how powerful it will be for those who choose to step in and understand this deeper dimension of life. Because this shift is a shift toward this innately spiritual dimension of who we are as human beings. It's universal. We know that you're here for a purpose and that your specific talents and astute perspective from whatever experiences you've had are exactly what is needed for this time. We are dedicating to teaching you how to uncover and claim your own highest authority, so you can in turn become a force for good in your communities, in your families, and in the world, raising the frequency of love, inclusivity, listening, authenticity, and full transparency. We truly believe that each of us, in our own way, in our own sphere of influence, has a role to play in waking up the world. We hope to see you at this free training, and if the time isn't convenient for you, there is a replay available, and you'll have the embodied practice of sane spirituality as well as the webinar with Q&A to use again and again anytime it serves you in your life as a spiritual practice for yourself. I hope you'll join us for this free training. You can register at the link below.